I'm Michelle, and I currently suffer with fibromyalgia and anxiety, which is constant pain pretty much all over, and this varies over the days, over the months. So on a day-to-day basis, it may be that I can have an excellent day and I can get everything done that I want to do, but there are other days that I can't predict, where I won't be able to wake up, I won't be able to get out of bed, I won't be able to walk properly. I'll have to climb up the stairs, on my hands and knees. I can't hold certain things in the kitchen. I can't do everything that I would like to do to, the full extent that I know I can do on a good day. I think the worst part of this is not being able to predict when I'm going to have a good day and when I'm going to have a bad day. So I really find it difficult to plan what it is that I'm doing in my daily life when I don't know how I'm going to wake up. At the minute, I'm trying to do some relaxation techniques. I'm trying to make sure I pace myself as much as I can and organize my days quite far ahead to make sure that I allow some time to have a little bit of a relax and a breakdown if perhaps I've planned a lot for one day. It doesn't mean that I can't do my activities that I really want to do and live my best life as such. It just means I have to plan it a little bit better. I do have painkillers, but only as and when really, because I'm not aiming to live on painkillers. I'm more using holistic options, like going on walks and really just kind of distracting myself really from the pain to get through the day the best I can. Previously, I've been prescribed all manner of pain relief, pain medication. I've had splints for my hands. I've stayed in bed some days. I've gone out some days. I've tried so many different ways. I've changed my diet. I've done exercise, and I've been through various kind of different methods that I've Googled. How can I not be in pain? And at the minute, obviously, I'm just doing what I can to get through daily. I've been in pain for quite a while. So what I have previously been offered through my GP is pain medication. I've tried naproxen, I've tried cocodamol, which then split into paracetamol and codeine separately. I've tried gabapentin. I've tried antidepressants of all kinds of varieties that would hope to numb the nerves, so amitriptyline, sertraline, and I think what I really lacked there was any kind of holistic approach. I wish that support groups would have been more readily available, and I think pain being less of a taboo subject and less as if I'm causing a problem for people by raising it as a concern. I would like to think that there's other people there that are in the same situation and a little bit more understanding from the medical side of things that people are suffering in pain and that there should be more available to them than perhaps just the medical route. People need support, people need mental support, physical support perhaps. And while I have got fibromyalgia, it doesn't count as a disability. So there's other support such as financial support, which I'm not entitled to. Support with going back to work, all these things that because you've got an invisible illness that doesn't necessarily tick the right boxes, it's really hard to navigate that on your own. What would have gone better to improve my experience would be if I had been given almost forewarning that there were going to be days that I didn't feel great. I feel a lot like I was given a diagnosis and then sent on my way with some pain medication without actually really knowing the implications of what I was being told. You have a lifelong diagnosis now, you're probably going to be in pain pretty much all the time, but yet nobody has really told you what that means. And what that means for me is that my mental health deteriorated. I didn't expect that. And again, the grieving process, I didn't expect to miss my old self, and it does seem obvious now, but looking back on it, I wish somebody had warned me that there was going to be a time I was really going to feel quite depressed about the whole pain situation, and that there was nothing I could do about it. So I do wish that mental health support had been offered earlier without me having to realise I needed it. and also more information about what it is that I'm now having to cope with daily, and what that could entail in terms of pain medication going forwards, other things I could do for myself, and where I can get help. You know, in the early hours of the morning when I can't sleep, is there any suitable groups for me? Is there anything that I can Google that is going to be helpful? And just having that information available to me to be more informed about my own condition, really, rather than having to guess. I think what I know now is that I don't need medication to live a good life. I was very much going along the lines of painkillers are going to stop the pain, but it isn't that simple. Obviously, there is different pain at different times, and not every painkiller is going to solve that. And I don't want to be that person that goes to the GP every other week and say, I need a different painkiller, or this isn't working anymore, when in reality, this is a lifelong struggle now. So to find other options and know that it is okay to explore those options and find something that suits me, it's not necessarily going to suit everybody and might not necessarily be a normal technique. But if it works for me, then to just go ahead and not worry about trying it. That is what I wish I had done sooner, is try things out that may seem a little bit wacky, and that other people have recommended word of mouth that are in a similar boat and it's worked for them. To just go with that instead of sticking down this line. I don't think pain is a straight line. I think it's a curvy line, it's a wavy road, and sometimes you get to the traffic lights, sometimes you get to a crossroad. I think it's okay that everybody goes through that differently, and to know to just stray off that path if you need to, just take it at your own pace.